Welcome back to 843 TV. We are now here with Mr. Joe Lee. How are you?
I'm great, Carrie.
If y'all don't know by now, he is the town councilman for Port Royal. So tell everybody it's budget time for the municipality. So tell everybody how you guys are doing in Port Royal.
We're doing really well. The spring, of course, is when we do our budget and budget planning. And this year we finished with a budget of just under $5 million. We have a staffing level of just over 43 employees, and we have a 10,000 population. So we're very, very lean and mean, and we've got a really nice budget put together.
Well, Joe, what changes are in store for residents right now?
Well, I think the biggest change, first let me say up front, we're not going to increase your taxes any, and we're not going to add any fees for parking. We are, though, we're changing the way we do our garbage service. One of the big things that a community has to deal with is trash removal, as everybody knows, and that is 3 levels. That's garbage, that's recycling, and it's yard waste, and also appliances or white goods. So we had a problem this year in that we had our garbage trucks were old and we needed to replace them. And rather than put that burden on the taxpayer, we elected to contract out our garbage service. So we've let a contract to Waste Pro, and they will be picking up our garbage. Now, in the past, the town has had 2 trash trucks, and I don't know if you understand, but in Beaufort and Port Royal, all of our garbage goes out to Honey Hill in Jasper County. So it's a long drive. We wear out garbage trucks in a hurry. So Waste Pro has more trucks, and they're going to do it a little different. They're going to convert all of our 1,600 residential addresses to a larger 105-gallon roll cart that's much heavier and much more rugged, because they're going to pick it up with a mechanical arm as opposed to having employees in the back and doing that. So we will change that for residents. You'll see a change in that. The town will still do yard waste, because when we looked out to contract that, every contractor wanted our residents to put the leaves in bags before they would pick them up. And I don't know, everybody deals with oak leaves. You know how many bags that involves.
So a lot of bags.
our town council absolutely said no. So for now, we're not going to ask our residents to bag their leaves. So the town is going to pick that up. And we're going to ask residents to please don't put anything in with the leaves, because the leaves can be recycled. So we'll pick up the leaves and twigs, contract them out, and it'll come back as mulch. But when people throw bottles and cans and everything in with the leaves, that destroys our ability to do the recycling. So that's a change.
Is the town able to reuse that mulch in public works projects?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get it back for public works projects.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. You know, you hardly think of sort of the little decisions that have to be made that could have a big impact on residents, whether or not they have to bag the leaves or not, because that really, it does take.
I don't bag my leaves because there's snakes in there.
Well, I think residents have certain expectations, and the longer they've lived here and been a resident, the bigger their expectations are. And so that's one of the things you have to deal with. And at some point that's going to come to an end, because we're going to run out of money. So.
Sure. Well, what are some future challenges for municipalities?
Well, one is garbage. The other is the appliance pickup stuff. I mean, we deal with that really. People get upset when they see an appliance sitting on the street, but if they will just call the town, we will pick that up almost immediately, because that's a big deal with us. But people put it out and expect us to find it and pick it up. But what they need to do is make one phone call. Just call Public Works and they will pick it right up.
So now, are computers and other digital waste treated the same as white goods?
No, they have to be separated. And right now we're picking up computers and keeping them segregated in our yard. And then when the electronic recycling comes along at the air station, we take it up there as a big bulk. We'll probably be making some changes in that in the short term too, because there are other things that need to be recycled, batteries and light bulbs and things like that you don't normally think about. but that's in the next year or so.
Okay, very good.
What options are open for new revenue streams for the town?
Well, obviously increased taxes, but I think what we're faced with is we've had a reduction in state aid. The state used to send us so much money per resident, and with the state being in financial trouble, that has been dropped back a lot. There are not very many options for revenue. One of the interesting things that I've had talks with Hargray and the folks that do the Channel 8, they pay a franchise fee to the town for serving our residents with TV and cable. Well, it's interesting because so many residents in town are going to DirecTV or Dish, and they pay no fees. So the town gets no revenue off of anybody that's has a cable or satellite. So that's a lost revenue stream. But I think taxes will, a different stream of taxes will be forthcoming.
So when will a vote be taken on a 1-cent sales tax?
Well, we tried to get it in the agenda for this fall, but we will be, I'm sure, looking at a 1-cent sales tax vote next year, 2014, in the general election in November. We'll use the next 12 or 13 months to start selling that package. It will be a countywide 1-cent tax, and some of it will go to offset your personal property taxes. So.
All right, so anybody wants to find out any more information, you can always go to Port Royal's website at portroyal.org. Yep. And as always, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Karen.
And make sure that you come back for more 843 TV.